Hey guys, hope you're all well. Right, on with the Enfield again. I've been doing a few bits to prepare. We'll take a look in a moment. Obviously carrying on with the wiring. And also tidy a bit of the wiring that I've already done because I had to pull it all out because I didn't have a spark, as you remember. Anyway, it didn't end up being anything to do with the wiring. But we got to tidy all that up again. So we'll see what we get done today. I'm going to go for wiring down the back of the bike to the rear lights and the brake light switch, which I have put on this morning. Well, first I went to the hospital yesterday. That didn't turn out very good. But as you know, I went for that scan, that MRI scan, where I went through the magnetic noisy tube. So it was basically to talk about the results from that. And yeah, it didn't quite turn out how I wanted it to turn out, to be honest. I was trying to be optimistic and think maybe keep on with the physio and all that and it'll gradually come right. But that is not the case. So obviously it's rotator cuff, which quite often they can put right with physio or a bit of keyhole surgery. I believe that's just a small hole and they go in with a camera and some little pokey tools or whatever whatever they do with that. But no, of course I am not that lucky, because this is not got any better whatsoever. I can only like bring my arms so far up. You might notice me, I'm in the videos, I'm working from the elbow, or I have to lift my arm, which I can do, that's fine. I can lift my arm up to places, but it won't go up there on its own. And sometimes it's slightly uncomfortable, I'll put it that way. Anyway, all my bits that go around the shoulder joint, it's quite a complex joint. It was showing me the scan. That's really interesting actually, how you can zoom in and out the depths of your body. It's quite amazing really. Anyway, here there's nothing there. What he says, I have a complete sever and retraction. So all the important bits here that move your arm are severed off and boink, boink, gone like that, parted the waves. So I have a great big gap, which you can, obviously I don't understand how to read scans, but when he pointed it out, there's this great big void where all these complex tendons and muscly bits should be. But no, they've just torn all the way through and come apart like so. Brilliant. So yeah, it's never ever going to get better without a bit of surgery. I'm way past the keyhole thing. He's now going to have to cut down my arm to retrieve whatever it is I've got left. He's saying from the scans everything looks quite badly damaged, and I'm going to have donor parts from a deceased person to swap out all the broken bits that I've got. He did ask, am I okay with that? I was like, well, yes. I just want it fixed. I want the use of my arm back and the pain to go away. So yes, absolutely. You put cable ties in there, bits of welding wire, nuts, bolts, whatever, I don't care. I just want the use of my arm back and that pain to go away. So that's where I am. The biggest worry is the time off. I don't quite know how I'm going to get around that at the moment. Obviously I'm in hospital, he reckons 2 days. Hopefully he can get me in really early in the morning and I'm clearing off at night. I'm trying to be optimistic again, but he reckons 2 days, and then 6 weeks in a sling. If it was just keyhole, obviously that would have been a lot less, but no, now I've got to have bits off somebody else. Thank you to whoever you are. It's a bit more of an involved thing. So yeah, you're literally going to be in a sling for about 6 weeks, and you cannot use your arm at all, because if you damage what gets repaired, I'm in all sorts of trouble. So I don't know quite how I'm going to get around that at the minute. 6 weeks without being able to work. I'm going to try and do something, obviously. I've got no choice. Even if I drop onto a bit of, because I've done it over time, bit of buying and selling, just to keep the funds coming in, because us self-employed people don't get holiday pay or sick pay or anything like that. And this is not giving me enough time to prepare for this, because he's going to have me in next month, September, to get it done. So yeah, it could be a little bit tough for a few weeks. So I'm going to basically see what I can do, what any other stuff I've got to sell, and get through this little bit of a, call it a dry period, where I'm not going to be earning too well. Never mind. We've got to get through it. Hopefully you guys will bear with me, because I don't know, the videos might not go out as much over that healing time. We will see. I'm going to do my best to keep videos going out and just share what I'm doing. I might be doing something completely different just to help get through. Buying a few things, cleaning a few things with the one hand I've got, and maybe working like that. Just to stay alive and pay the bills. It's going to be tough. It's slightly worrying, but I will do whatever I can to keep a few videos rolling and get through. So yeah, I might be slinging stuff on eBay and just doing whatever I can to survive. It's all I can do. It's the only option I've got. It's one of them. Anyway, we'll cross that bridge when I'm there. Right, let's get on with this. Right, you'll have to excuse the noise. I've got the fan on again. It's quite warm. So I've just been doing a bit of working out, frying my brain. In total, we've got to have 8 wires go down the top spine of the frame to the rear of the bike. At the minute, we've only got 4. So this is going to get a little bit of a squeeze. And we've still got the pull-through wire, which is going to end up one of the wires needed. So we've got to keep sending them down there, and then we'll sort of label them up so I don't forget what's what. Well, this is I say this is where it's time consuming and does take quite a long time to do, especially the more wires that go down there. The tighter it gets, the more careful you've got to be. So connect another one to the pull through. And we'll just keep going until we've got the 8 wires. One more down there. I'll say it does get a bit more difficult the more that goes down. And another one. So what I'll do, I'll get on with this, and then I'll be back when we've sorted where them wires get connected. Right, last one going down. Hopefully it will pop through. Bit of jiggling. Come on. Oh, that feels like it's gone. Yes. We're through. Excellent. Pull that back through. Right. And now I've all 7 wires. I think we can snip them off. Oh no, let's wait. Wait till I've got all the back sorted out before I snip them off, in case I need more down the back. Now we've got to send 2 down the frame tube to the axle plates, the back axle plates. This one can be a right fiddle. If we can get one to go down there, we can tie the other one to it and drag the other one through. But yeah, this one can be a right pain. It's hard to know which way it's going. Obviously, when you put it into the tube, it's either going to start curling that way or curling that way in the right direction we want it, and it's very hard to feel which way it's going. Sort of keep twisting the wire just to get it trying to spiral down there. Right, I've changed my technique slightly, so I've come up from down the back axle plate upwards, because going downwards weren't working. I've just got to see if I can grab the wire now. I can see it. Give me that wire. Yes, we've got it. That's it. Right, now life will get a bit easier, so I can tie the other one to that and send it down. Right, I've got the other one tied to it now. There we go. Right, next stage, moving on a little bit and all that. I've got the wires through for the brake light switch. That's to the rear light. Try and hide some of these now. I am struggling for this shrink wrap stuff. What am I doing? Oh, that's right. Oh, getting it wrong. That goes up that way. Is that all right? Oh. Yeah. I don't know if that's going to shrink. That's small. What am I doing here? Ah. I'm being an idiot. What's going on? I've got an eyelet in there somewhere. There it is. That's it. Right, that's got to connect down there on that brake light switch. This little tiny screw, which I'm about to drop 10 times before I actually get it to screw in. Right. I'm not going to shrink that just yet, actually. I'll leave it like that for a minute until I've got all that sorted.
So that's that connected. Obviously I've only just got all this resting in place to set all this out. I think actually I can disconnect this ammeter. That was just I quickly wired that in to see if everything were working. I think I can disconnect that. Let's tidy some of this up and I might be able to get the back wheel in. Or shall I leave it out? I don't know. Let me figure some of this out. Right, got the ignition switch back in. I'm just trying to tidy some of this up now. Got to get these wires through into the dummy oil tank where they come out the frame in there. Just done a little bit of shrink wrap so we don't see the coloured wires passing through. So I'm just going to tuck that in. So bear with me. I know I'm sort of skipping around on this wiring job, but I'll say it just takes so long feeding all these wires through and doing it. Just, yeah, I just can't keep the camera rolling on it, so you'll be watching me struggling pushing wires through frames and holes and things like that, which takes up majority of the time. Come on. I just see a little bit of black wire passing there. That's it. If you can see that. Just there, look. That's all we've got passing through. Right. I'm getting there. I think I've got to start labelling stuff now. I'm getting to that stage where I'm going to start forgetting what things are. So that's that lot tidied up. That's for going up lights, switches and things like that. I'll say ignition back in. We got that little pass of wire sorted out. We got all these wires coming to the front ready for all the bits that I've got to do, obviously up on the handlebars there. We got this sorted. I'm going to tidy this up a little bit more. It ain't quite finished yet. I'll flip that brake switch over. On other builds, I've done the brake light switch down here. You know, the old-fashioned, couple of types of the old-fashioned type switches, this being one of them, and another type that I used to put here. But that meant running wires down this bit of the frame to the switch, back up the frame and out the frame. I thought I'm going to try something different on this one, so I don't have to take anything down this frame, and we've got nothing here. It's everything's up there, all close together, and I've done a nice little brass thing there to hang it on. So yeah, so a bit different. I do like to try different things and ideas on each build, and that simplifies the wiring for the brake light switch. But I am going to tidy it all up here, and obviously this will be on there and a bit dusty. That'll be on there hiding a lot of stuff as well, and there may be a couple of P clips holding stuff back there as well, just to keep it nice and tidy. What else we got? Yeah, it's getting there. We're taking chunks out of it now. Like I say, it's such a long process of getting all this wire nice and neat and tucked away, so I literally am just dropping onto bits to share it with you. And it's late again outside. It's late again inside as well, isn't it? It's late again everywhere. And I've got to go and do a little bit of something very, very early in the morning. So I'm going to stop this now, but not the video. So I've got to go and grab a bit of sleep, crack on and out someone early in the morning, and I'll be back with you guys in a couple of seconds. Whoo, and I'm back. Yeah, I went to, where was it? South Wales with my mate's son. My mate is currently on holiday. His son found a new bike, so his dad obviously couldn't go with him, so I stepped in and done that little job and went with him. He picked up a 2022 Husqvarna T300. Amazing, absolutely amazing bike. I went Hopefully we could barter a little bit and get a bit more off for him, but no, impossible. That bike had done 53 miles from new and there wasn't a speck of dust on it. So that where you can sometimes go around stuff and like, oh, this needs doing, that needs doing, I need to buy this, buy that. No, that was completely out the window. So yeah, pay the man, put it in the van, let's go. So yeah, a nice little trip in and out of Wales. And then obviously it came here and I helped him do little bits. He got new protective covers for the clutch and things like that to help save the bike because it's an off-roader. And then obviously we had a flow of people in and out, new bike on the scene, all the other lads want to see it. But yeah, it was quite a day. Anyway, what I'm going to do today is try and finalise the back end on the Enfield. So we've got all the wires running everywhere we need them to go on the back end. So what I'm going to do, I want to tick that off the wiring list, get the back wheel back in, do what I've got to do to wire the lights up, and then that's that done. We'll probably call it a video at that, and then the next one we will be continuing up the front and getting all that done, because it would be nice to get it off the bench and put the fuel bottle on it and see if we can get it started. Obviously that's going to be over the next couple of videos, and yeah, that would be nice. It would be nice if it starts up, behaves itself, and then it'd be just down to getting the tank and bolting that on, and then it's finished. Anyway, let's sort the back end out. Right, ooh, kick the camera. Right, bench cleaned off a little bit. Then we're going to get the back wheel back in now. I'm going to try and do it with that part of the hub in place. Should be able to. Oh, ow. Should just squeeze by there, yes. Get the cush drive lined up. Right, I think I'll lower the jack down a little bit because I don't fancy standing here trying to hold that back wheel to get the spindle through with 1.5 arms. Right. That's looking about right. Looks about right. Right, this spacer should drop in. Right, now it's got us on the move. Right, I have been messing with this for half the afternoon, trying to get it, well, best as I can. The wiring at the back there. That red P-clip there, just imagine that's black. because I'm either going to find some black ones or give that a little bit of paint, because it's basically the neatest P-clip I could find for the job. Yeah, it will end up black. Same as the ones on the back of here. They are on the back though. When it does go on the bike, you can't actually see them that much. But again, I'll probably do them black. So yeah, I've been messing about with this little setup here for for quite a while. As simple as it looks, I've been trying to get it as neat as I possibly can. Because obviously, in a few areas of the bike, we are going to see wires passing through here and there. It's unavoidable. So the bits that we can see, I've got to try and make them as neat as possible. So I've wired that up, then undone it, then done it again, then wired it again, stripped it out again. Yeah, I've been messing about, and I think I'm happy with the way it is now, apart from the red bits, which I am going to sort out. Anyway, let's get this on and see how it all looks. Right then, get it plugged in first and then bolt it on. Like that. Try and do it the best way to keep them hidden. Let's just drop that nut on there for now, just to hold it. Well, I jiggle a few things about. In fact, I think that's sort of okay, to be honest, like that. Let's just spin that on for a minute, just to, like I say, I can finalise all the tidying up. Don't have to do it right now, but I think that ain't too bad, really. Yeah, that's quite neat. Bearing what it looked like earlier when I was messing about it. I've done a few options and it really did look a mess, but I think just tucking that around here and there, I'll get that better. I will. Yeah, I'll say then clips, I'll get a bit of black on them, or find some black ones. I'll say they're just the best ones I had, the neatest ones I had for the job. I'm happy with that. Yeah, just a final bit of messing about when I've done the rest of it. In fact, I think I can put a live to that and see if the brake light works. Right, just temporary live up there. Sorted. Right, all I've got to do as well is get a nice little adjuster on there, because I've just got an 8mm nut spun on there at the minute. I'll probably make something nice in brass to put there, to be honest. It'll look a bit better. I've got to pop all that off and put the spring on. This spring. Okay, that'll do for this video. That's the back end sort of finished with wiring, which is good. Next, we'll be doing everything up the front of the bike. As you've seen, we've already got all the wires going up the frame ready, up there, down here. So it's just a case of trimming all them to size and putting connectors on and getting them all sort of going to all the places where they've got to go and get connected. Probably there'll be a couple of videos on this. I'm trying to do it where I'm just doing little bits so you can sort of get a gauge of how it's being done. It's difficult because I'm not enjoying the wiring. It's difficult. It is like that back end. I've just spent quite a long time keep changing it and like, no, I'm not happy with that, take that apart, change it again, no, I'm not happy with that. I spent a hell of a long time. I can't just roll the camera showing that for like pointing the camera on that for an hour, 2 hours, watching me keep changing my mind. So yeah, I'm trying to do it so we're just catching up with little bits as we go along, so you get a gauge of how it's being done. But I'm happy with that. I am going to paint that little P-clip black because it sticks out a little bit. The ones behind there, you cannot see them, so I think we're good to go there. Again, I'll still be tidying little bits up as we go along. What you see is obviously not the final thing. I will go around it and get everything, so I'm 100% happy with everything. I think when the wiring's done, we will have it off the bench, connect it to the fuel bottle, put all the oil in the engine, gearbox and primary, and see if it starts. Fingers crossed it will. I can't be doing with no hiccups at this stage. So yeah, we'll get it started. As I said at the beginning of the video, I am going to be out of action, but that is not going to affect this bike being finished, because I'll definitely be finished the wiring before I get that call to hospital. And if I am, well, I will be in a sling. I've got no choice. I'm going to be in a sling for 6 weeks, which I'm not looking forward to at all, in all different ways. Just not being able to do anything, earning power, everything. I'm not looking forward to it, but I'll cross that bridge as I get to it. But the wiring's going to be done. Worst scenario, when the tank and the mudguard's sorted, I have a friend over to place that on for me. So this bike is not going to be held up with me going for surgery on this shoulder. The only other things that are going to be held up is me continuing with everything else. It's one of them. I've got no choice. I've got to get my arm working back to as good as it was before I decided to tear the things off in there. But hey-oh, that's my problem. We'll see how that goes. But like I say, this bike is not going to be affected by that because the wiring will be done. Thank you all again for the special stickers. I appreciate it immensely. And obviously whoever ends up with this, I hope they're happy with it, because yeah, I've gone the extra mile with this one. I really have. And it's, well, I think it's coming out all right. Hopefully one of you guys are going to love it if you end up with this. Anyway, that'll do. It's knocking on a bit Sunday evening. I'm going to clean this place up, ready for tomorrow. I might do a little job this evening in here to something else that I want, just a really easy sit down job without thinking. I might just get that done. We'll see. Anyway, that'll do. Cheers for watching, guys. Thank you.